What's going on, guys? I want to thank you guys all so much for tuning back into another fun video. Today we're going to be changing things up a little bit from the normal fun detailing vlogs that I do here. Something that's been on my mind, I've been wanting to do for a while is kind of talk about different products, do product reviews, kind of something along those lines. I'm not paid or anything like that by any manufacturer to do this. This is just something I've been wanting to do. Here at Cruising California Auto Detailing, I'm always constantly testing new products, different products, trying to find something that's going to make my job faster, more efficient, give me a better result, and just all around just be a better product than what I'm currently using. So with that being said, guys, we're going to be taking a look at two different polishes today. First up here is Sonax Perfect Finish Polish, as well as CarPro Essence. Now, these two products here, I just barely started testing CarPro Essence, so I have very little use under my belt. About 6 months ago, I changed over to Sonax Perfect Finish Polish. Now, prior to that, I'd used Meguiar's M205 for several years. Now, I changed over to Sonax Perfect Finish just because I found it gave me a better result. It made my job faster, more efficient, and it's just a great product to work with. So I'm going to be testing out CarPro Essence today. Basically giving you guys my feedback on the two, what I think of them. Whether it's right or wrong, that's up to you. I really think it really comes down to the end user. So maybe I like Sonax Perfect Finish better than CarPro Essence, and somebody else might like CarPro Essence better than Sonax Perfect Finish. So again, it really comes down to the end user. But I'm going to test these two products out today. Got my test hood here, so I'll be testing these two products out and giving you guys my feedback. So real quick before I get into testing these two lovely products here, we're going to be testing it on this half of the hood, this in these two sections right here. This half of the hood over here was compounded polished out a couple years ago. I have 6 different coatings on here. You guys can kind of see the lines, maybe where I taped it off and I was doing some testing. But today we're going to be testing on this side of it now. CarPro Essence will be tested right here. Perfect Finish will be tested up here. And I'll give you guys my feedback on the two. Got to compound polish it out, or compound it first, and then I'll be doing the polishing, and I'll bring you guys in to show you the results during that process. Got a bird drop etching here, some deeper scratches, so it definitely needs a bit of TLC. Alright, both sections have now been polished out. You can see a lot of DA haze because this is a very soft black hood. You can see up there in both sections of it. All the deeper scratches over there that we haven't even touched yet. So there's that. I'm going to get into polishing it now. We're going to be testing CarPro Essence on the lower half here. And then I'll report back to you guys my input on that, and then we'll move up to the upper half. Alright guys, let's bring you guys in now. You guys just saw me polish it out. We can now see the results. You can see a little dust over there, it's nothing. But overall, a little bird drop etching right there. But overall guys, not bad. I have played with this a little before I started the video, and I noticed when I didn't really let it fully finish out on the panel before I wiped it, I would get a little bit of streaking and haze left behind. But now that we've done this, we do have the polish still on the panel. We do need to prep it, because say if we were to coat the car, we do need to prep it first, remove any oils or residues that are left behind. So we'll go ahead and prep it now, and we'll check back in a second. Alright guys, just finished prepping the panel now. We'll come back in here, and I am seeing a little bit of weird streaking or something going on up there, but also right down in here. So I'm not entirely sure what that is. For my testing I did a little bit earlier, minimal testing, I did see these same little streaks and issues. So if you guys know what's going on here, you guys saw the my process that I was using, my steps and everything. So I was using a Lake Country finishing pad, the black foam finishing pad, as well as an edgeless microfiber green towel here for the removal of the polish. So for my testing I've done, I've gotten a little bit of these little weird streakings. You just saw before I prepped it, everything looked perfect, but once I hit it with the Geon prep, I was left with these little bit of marks. So if you guys know what that is, for some of you guys that have more experience with the CarPro Essence, let me know what you think of that. But just a couple little bit of testing I have done, I have seen that. So moving on to the next panel here, using the Sonex Perfect Finish Polish. So now I'm going to bring you guys in here. We'll take a look at the Sonax Perfect Finish polish side right here. So you just see a lot of little rock chips and specks in there. That's very normal on a hood with no clear rod that has, 200,000 miles on it. So it looks pretty good, right guys? Okay. So now let's go ahead and grab the Geon prep and see how it looks after we prep it to remove any oils or residues that are left behind. Alright guys, bringing it in here now to take a look at the Sonex Perfect Finish. So we can see here after the Geon prep, I got a little streak right there. That's what I was trying to avoid. See, get that little streak off. Did it go away? Bingo, no more streak. Alright, perfect. So running through it here guys, taking a look. Everything's looking really, really good. So I don't know why the difference is, why this is. I did have something very similar to this every once in a while with the M205. But with the Sonex Perfect Finish, I've been very, very pleased and impressed with the results I've been getting. So that's kind of why I've stuck with the Sonex Perfect Finish over the last 6 months or so, and wish I would have found out about it earlier. But like I said, it's nice having it now. So I'll do my closing thoughts right now on what I think about the two products, what I do like and what I don't like, because there is something I don't like about the Sonex Perfect Finish, which I'll get into here in just a second. Final thoughts guys on the two different polishes we use here today. First up I want to talk about is the Sonex Perfect Finish. All around great product, very easy to apply, very easy to remove, and it gives me that perfect finish every single time. I love this product. I've been using this product now for about 6 months. 6 months ago I changed over from Meguiar's M205 to the Sonex Perfect Finish. Haven't looked back since. All around great product. There is one flaw with it in my opinion, and that is the bottle or the cap here itself, how you dispense it onto your foam finishing pad here, is it doesn't come out evenly, and I feel like I'm wasting the product. However, with the larger bottle here, is a little different cap on there, and I'm able to apply it a little bit easier, but it's kind of big, it's bulky. It's easier to apply it with a smaller bottle here. This is the Meguiar's self-cleaning dispensing bottle. Very easy to apply the product with this bottle right here. Get that nice even coverage. Small, lightweight, easy to carry around. So Sonex Perfect Finish with the Meguiar's bottle here. Perfect combination, and that is what I've been using. Coming over here now to the CarPro Essence. CarPro, kudos to you guys on the great cap design here. I feel like I'm definitely not wasting product. I'm able to get that nice even coverage on my foam finishing pad, and I love that. Next up here, I want to talk about how easy it is to apply, how easy it is to remove. Again, just as easy as the Sonex Perfect Finish. Where I have a little concern or a question about with the Essence is when I go to prep the surface with Geon Prep, I'm getting a little bit of weird spotting, which I'm not really sure why that is. And from my understanding, over the years, I've always prepped the surface for applying a ceramic coating, meaning I'm removing any oils or residues that are left behind on the surface itself. So, but to CarPro Essence, what I'm understanding, if I'm reading this right, is on the back here it's saying primes surface for quartz or reload. It's saying primes, meaning it's already priming the surface for your quartz coating or their CarPro reload, which is kind of weird to me. But it's saying that you don't, basically, from my understanding, you don't need to apply a Geon prep or some kind of IPA, which is kind of weird. But anyways, I'm guessing if that's the case, then you're going to have that perfect finish. You just apply your coating over that, you're good to go. So you don't need to prep it, and you're not going to get that weird streaking or whatever going on. So a little weird on that, but overall, I mean, love this product. I'm going to play around with it some more, continue doing some more testing with it. If you guys got any feedback on either of these products, I would love to hear you guys' knowledge on it. If you guys are more experienced with either one than me, I would appreciate that. Coming up next here, I want to talk about the two pads that we use. Both these pads here are by our Lake Country. These are the black foam finishing pads. I use two different pads so I'm not cross-contaminating the polish and potentially hindering the results that I'm getting, or kind of masking over the results. So I use two different pads here, keep the polishes separate when working on the surfaces. Next up, Geon Prep. I use a Geon Prep for prepping both sides after applying the polishes. And to do that, I use a 300 GSM edgeless microfiber towel, and that was used for both removing the polish as well as prepping the surface. So there you guys have it. That's my input on it. Both great products all around. You can't go wrong either way. However, again, just a little issue with the Essence, which maybe you don't need to prep the surface. So that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching. If you guys are not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button as well as the like button. I'll talk to you guys soon.